Two massive armies stand facing each other across the plains of Kurukshetra. Millions of soldiers, chariots, and weapons are poised to shatter the silence. At the very center of this formation sits Arjuna, the most capable warrior of his generation. Yet his bow is slipping from his hands. He has collapsed into his chariot, completely paralyzed. His body is failing because his mind has fractured under the weight of his own attachments and grief. We spend decades building armor against the outside world, amassing wealth, securing borders, constructing walls. Yet a single unchecked emotion can bypass every one of those defenses in a fraction of a second. The true threat on this battlefield is the unchecked, unanchored human mind. His charioteer, Krishna, sets aside military tactics to dissect the mechanics of Arjuna's psychological collapse. The Bhagavad Gita examines this breakdown as a precise, predictable equation of human consciousness. Understanding how this internal mechanism operates is the only reliable way to maintain stability when the external environment descends into chaos. This diagram maps the strict, step-by-step sequence of mental decay outlined in verses 62 and 63 of the second chapter. It isolates the single point of failure. The chain reaction starts with contemplation. A person's attention simply pauses on a sensory object, an image, a desire, a grievance. Subliminal activators from past experiences latch onto that fleeting image, pulling the mind's focus back. As attention lingers, contemplation hardens into attachment. The mind projects a false sense of ownership, tying its stability to the object. That attachment naturally intensifies. It metastasizes into a demanding, unyielding craving. Permitting the intellect to idle on an external object triggers an automated sequence, manufacturing volatile desire. Physical reality is finite. It cannot accommodate every craving, meaning eventually that craving will be blocked. When that friction occurs, the thwarted desire instantly combusts into anger. The text documents the exact inflection point. From anger arises bewilderment. This anger operates as a cognitive toxin. It blindfolds the intellect, severing the ability to discriminate between right and wrong. Under this heavy delusion, spiritual memory is wiped clean. A person loses their bearing, forgetting their actual identity and their deepest convictions. Stripped of memory, human intelligence breaks apart. The rational mind simply ceases to function. This descent requires very little time. A stray thought slides into craving, ignites into rage, and erases the intellect in a matter of moments. Left unmonitored, that initial spark guarantees a total structural collapse of the mind. If the mind's decay is this automatic, how does anyone break the sequence? The instinctive reaction is to flee. To physically withdraw from society, seal off the senses, and starve every desire through total isolation. The Gita offers a radically different target, the Sthitaprajna, the person of steady wisdom. Achieving this requires re-engineering how the intellect receives the world's input. Equilibrium demands resilient, clear-eyed engagement with reality, rather than a retreat from it. Verse 70 introduces a precise analogy. He unto whom all desires enter as waters into the sea. The ocean absorbs thousands of torrential rivers simultaneously. Despite the massive influx, its depth and boundaries remain entirely unchanged. An untrained mind is a shallow puddle, agitated and overflowing at a single pebble's drop. Verse 10 provides the final model for engaging with the material world, even as a lotus leaf is untouched by water. The lotus grows in dense, muddy water. It is entirely surrounded by chaos, yet its unique surface repels the moisture, remaining perfectly dry. This illustrates the highest capacity of the intellect, to stand firmly amidst daily conflict, experiencing the full spectrum of life without letting any of it stick. True spiritual equilibrium is an immovable architecture, cultivated entirely from within.